Hello everyone, I am JVN Sakshi Srivastav, Assistant Professor of Food Technology in Food and Biotech Department of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Women's University. Thank you. So today's topic is pasteurization. So before coming into this topic, I would like to tell you about what is thermal and non-thermal processing of food. So basically there are two types of processing which we do in food so that we can extend its shelf life by killing off its microorganism. So firstly thermal processing. The process which we use for the processing of food and which implies heat. Those process in which we use application of heat to kill the microorganism or to destroy the microorganism to extend the shelf life of the products, that is known as thermal processing. And this type of process contains blanching, pasteurization, sterilization, and there are many such process such as scanning. So these are the processes in which we apply heat to kill the microorganism and so that our product can be saved for the longer time and to kill and also to target particular kind of microorganism. And the non-thermal process means these are the process in which we extend the shelf life of the product but we do not apply any heat in it. For example, irradiation. So what we do in irradiation is by the use of electromagnetic rays, we preserve our food. For example, gamma rays, beta rays, etc. Now coming to our topic, that is pasteurization. So this term first of all was given by Louis Pasteur. He was a French scientist. So you all might have seen that in in our daily life when we see we see milk packages, there we see this word pasteurized milk. So pasteurization is a process in which generally we apply this for milk. So milk is heated below 100 degrees Celsius to kill the pathogenic microorganism. It is a mild heat treatment process which implies heat so that the pathogenic microorganism is killed and those bacteria or enzyme which are necessary for the product which will be they will be remain as such, but those which cause several diseases such as several diseases that will be killed. So example of those microorganisms are Coxiella burnetii and also this is a indicator of the pasteurization, that if this microorganism is not present in our milk, that means the milk is pasteurized completely. Also an enzyme, that is alkaline phosphate, ALP. So these are the main indicators of pasteurization, that if this enzyme is not present after pasteurizing the milk, that means the milk has been pasteurized completely, and also this microorganism. So by this process we ensure that the milk or any other product such as juices, fruit juices or wine or cordial, these kind of products are generally pasteurized. So by this indicator we can ensure that our product has been pasteurized. And then Types of pasteurization. Generally, there are two kinds of pasteurization, that is batch or holding type, and second is SGST. So first, batch and holding time. It includes low temperature, long time. So in this process, if you talk about milk, the milk is heated at 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. And it ensures that the pasteurization has been done, and it takes a longer time. So that is, this is generally applied for the batch or holding type of pasteurization. That means that we will hold the milk for, we will supply the milk in batches. But in SGST, it is high temperature, short time. So this is quicker than the batch type process, and it has, in this process we heat the milk at 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds. Another type of processing that we apply for the for pasteurizing the milk is UHT, that is ultra heat treatment. In this process, the milk is heated at 121 or 135 to 140 degrees Celsius for 1 to 2 seconds. So by this, looking at all the three of these, you can see that pasteurization is just a process of combination of time and temperature. So this ensures the killing of microorganisms. See, if you see here, that temperature was less, then time was higher. But in ultra heat treatment, the temperature was higher and the time was less. So these are the main three types of pasteurization that are generally used in dairy industry. And further we will be reading in next lecture. Thank you all.